Hey folks, it's Dr. Gerstmar from Aspire Natural Health, and in this quick video I want to talk to you about a question we get every week, and that's, am I going to have to stay on a limited diet forever? Are you wondering that too? Now I'm sure most of you know that most problems are either caused by or made worse by what you're eating. In our work with digestive and autoimmune issues, we found that 8 to 9 out of every 10 people find improvements in what's going on for them by making changes to their diet. And sometimes that means a really restricted diet. Now, most people we work with are happy to make the changes because they see all the benefits. But sooner or later, they start to ask, understandably, if they're going to need to stay on this limited diet for the rest of their life. That's when I bring up this discussion of what I call true and false food sensitivities. Now, don't go internet searching or Googling this term because it's ones that I've made up. So you're not going to find this anywhere else, but I use it to better understand what's going on inside of your body. So let me explain. Now, true food sensitivities, what I'm calling true food sensitivities, are when your immune system does not like a particular food. That can manifest in very different ways depending on whether it's an allergy, a sensitivity, an intolerance. But the short answer is it's a food that your body does not like and pretty much is never going to like. Often people have had these sensitivities for a very long time if you're dealing with a chronic issue, or if this is something relatively new, it's something that's come on. But basically, a true food sensitivity means that whenever you eat that food, you have a problem with it, and you are always going to have a problem with it. Now, in contrast, what I'm calling false food sensitivities are food sensitivities that are acquired because of what else is going on. So, many people have heard the term leaky gut, and that basically means that when food that you eat is able to come into contact with your immune system and kick off a reaction. In this case, your immune system doesn't really have a problem with the food in particular. It's because your guts are dysfunctional, you're not digesting correctly, you have a lot of inflammation going on, and you've got this leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability, if we want to use the big fancy words. Those are the real problem, not a reaction against the food. And the good news is that when we take care of all the underlying issues, we get the gut to heal itself up, the leaky gut goes away, the inflammation is under control, and the immune system calms down. Those false food sensitivities tend to just disappear. So let's now bring this back to the question, am I going to have to stay on a limited diet forever with a story? So we had a patient a little ways back come to us with ulcerative colitis. For those of you who don't know ulcerative colitis, it is an autoimmune disease of the digestive tract, of the colon or large intestine in particular. And the immune system attacks the large intestine, and it causes a lot of diarrhea, a lot of pain, and bleeding. It's a very scary looking disease with some nasty consequences. So this particular person came to us with a poorly controlled case of UC. They'd go in and out of flares with pain and bleeding and diarrhea and weight loss, and they just weren't sure what was going on. Now we got them started working together, and they found by making changes to their diet, they saw significant changes in what's going on for them. And in this particular person's case, they found they were a big fan of microbrew beers, which is gluten for the most part here, which we see as a major problem for many people with UC and other digestive and autoimmune diseases. And it so happened that when this person would drink beer or eat bread or any other product that had gluten, they would find that their symptoms would flare. Now, it was an open question whether this was a true food sensitivity. Many people with UC and other autoimmune diseases find that gluten is really what I'm calling a true food sensitivity, something they need to avoid basically forever if they want to help keep their disease or their issues under control. But in this particular person's case, they found that over a period of about 6 months, everything stabilized, calmed down. They were doing great. No more blood, no more diarrhea, no more pain. They did not need to use prescription drugs to keep control of their UC and their quality of life. So they came to this place where they were asking, hey, this very restrictive diet has worked well for me, but am I going to need to stay on it forever? And our answer is no. Unless, of course, you are one of the unlucky individuals who does need a very restricted diet to be healthy and keep things under control. And that is not the majority of people. So this person came to a place where they could begin challenging or trying some of these foods that were formerly problematic. And in this person's case, again, they loved microbrew craft beers. So they decided that they would go and try one. And lo and behold, they found that absolutely nothing happened. The usual pain and diarrhea and bleeding did not come back. So we found that it looks like gluten in this particular person's case is a false food sensitivity, that when everything is well and balanced and working properly, they can have gluten in their diet. Now, they're going to need to go on and do more experimentation, as you will, about how often can they consume it. It might be a fully come back into a person's diet, eat it daily, regularly, no problem. They may find that there's certain amounts that they can eat. A beer once in a while is great, but all the time is a bad thing. So they'll have to, as you will, find the limits to how this fits into their diet. But this is an example that we see all the time, that when people are really sick and they have a lot going on for them, there may be a lot of foods that need to be cut out of their diet in order to help them get control over what's going on. But never despair. What we regularly see is as they get better in 3 months or 6 months or sometimes 12 months, as things calm down, their symptoms are under control, they're feeling great, and we've worked to get rid of many of the underlying causes of what's going on for them. Many times, many of those foods are able to come back into a person's diet. Again, the true food sensitivities, the ones the immune system really has a problem with, probably not going to come back, but many of what we're calling false food sensitivities, really just reactions that are happening because of other underlying issues like leaky gut, inflammation, dysbiosis, many of these issues. They are, once those underlying issues are taken care of, those foods can come back into a person's diet. So, there you have it. The answer to the question, am I going to have to stay on a limited diet forever? The answer is probably not, especially if you treat the gut correctly. Now, if you'd like to get the same outline we use to heal people's guts, all you need to do is click on the link below and we'll send it to you for free. So please click down below. At Aspire Natural Health, we are experts at treating digestive issues and autoimmune diseases. If that's you, we'd love to connect. We offer a no obligation, no pressure chat. It's simply to see if we can help you and if we're the right fit to work together. If we are, we'll go ahead and move forward. And if we're not, that is okay. We'll do our best to connect you with the person who can best help you. You have nothing to lose, so please call us now at 425-202-7849 or email us at info@aspirenaturalhealth.com. All right, folks, until next time, take care.